Greetings everyone. For a long time I have wanted to make a video about my Dragon Knight. First off, let's go over my stuff. Flammability with Blasphemy. Determination, Herald of Ash, my belt, boots. They have Aspect of the Cat, which has lesser duration. I have Leap Slam with life tap and faster attacks. Farrell's Fur, Vitality with Arrogance. My Ice Golem with regular stuff. Eye of Innocence and 2 Moko's Empress. Two-handed axe, Molten Strike with Divergent Wall Molten Strike with Awakened Ancestral Recall, Fortify, life tap, Awakened Elemental Support and something else. Increased duration on Molten Shell, life tap and cast 1 damage taken. And my flasks. So, anyways, I'm doing this in post-production. I'm recording this in post-production. I decided to run one map before I go to delving. So, anyways, this will be my league starter for, is it 3.23? This build was, well, I have remade this character many times. This particular one is from 3.21. The quality seems to suck really badly. I didn't realize that. The quality does go down quite a bit sometimes when I'm playing the game, so that affects too. But anyways, this is, well, I like to call it the Dragon Knight, but the specifics are Molten Strike, Ascendant, which the build is to self-ignite. It was just something I wanted to add to not make it so basic. There are, well, otherwise it would be all just rare items, so the Eye of Innocence and Moko's Empress are the only real uniques this build uses. The Farrell's Fur is just something I decided to add. It's just a good chest. You could put something else, like Chrysan's Carapace. That's a good one. But then the build needs to change a little bit for the crap barriers, because it needs the 25% unreserved life. Not life, mana. Aspect of the Cat is free with Farrell's Fur. But anyways, full melee, but the range is pretty insane. It's thanks to Ancestral Recall. Is it Call or Recall? Whatever. I'm hitting 3 extra enemies with it. And also I have Splash. I'll show my 3 in a little bit after the map. So clear speed should be pretty good. personally I play a lot of Flicker Strike, so needing to stand still to attack is a little bit frustrating, but I think Cyclone and Flicker Strike are pretty much exceptions. So it's pretty normal for skills to require you to stand still. But let's talk about a little bit about the build's weaknesses. There are, well, because you use so many rare items, the upgrade possibilities are almost endless. But because of the self-ignite uniques, they are pretty well low-level items. So those you can't upgrade unless you want to ditch the self-ignite portion of the build. So well, this is far from any kind of meta, I don't think. But it's pretty fun. Well, in the end, it's pretty basic still, even with the self-ignite, because it doesn't really change how you play. It's just more, I was going to say more added damage, but it gives you attack speed. And attack speed is pretty fun. Though it is definitely possible to get even more attack speed than what I have, even without self-ignite. And self-ignite is, well, ignite is usually pretty bad. It's a damage dealing damage over time, but well, I'll show I3 later in a bit, as I said. But I have Chieftain allocated, so I'm unaffected by ignite, so I can have it. I can get the not damage, the attack speed increase, or more attack speed, or whatever it was, and not take damage. So that's nice. But even if I did take damage, it wouldn't be a whole lot. And here I can mostly just ignore all the traps, because my life regen is pretty on point. That's a weird way of saying that, but I have a high life regen. I personally prefer Leech, which has its downsides compared to regen. Like, if you don't have any enemies, you don't have Leech. But on a Slayer build, the Leech is just insane. So the regen I have here is far from being as good as Slayer's Leech, but it's workable. I rarely need to use life flasks. Only if I take a really big hit. And that's it for the map. Now I think I'm going over my... Well, here's my Atlas tree. I'm going with delving, and I'm also going with blight and incursions if I and when I get the points. But here's the tree. I'm taking full advantage of the Scion's beginning tree with these Mights of the Meeks, and I start from the Marauders area, and I'm missing few levels, so I'm showing here, which I'm going to take in a bit. Oh, in a bit, when I get the levels, if I ever get the levels. And here are the last 3 I'm going for. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm level 94. And I have Forbidden Flame and Flesh for the Chieftain. I'm going for the Berserker, because Chieftain is cheaper to buy. But I have Elemental... Well, the Elementalist is a good one to go first, before the Inquisitor. Oh, what was it? Was it Inquisitor? Well, anyways, whichever it was. It gives you Elemental immunity to Elemental reflect damage. I'm not immune to the reflected damage yet, but I decided to go for the Inquisitor already. Oh, and as you may be able to tell, this character is in standard, so I have a lot of remove only tabs. But yeah, let's go into the delve. I do what I like to call shallow delving. I'm just about at the range where enemies are level 83, so it takes as little of the sulfite, the gasoline gas, as possible, and gives me the full experience from the enemies. It's less profitable this way, but I'm more interested in the levels. Here you can see sometimes when there are lots of enemies how big area my attacks cover. Oh, and there was one thing I wanted to add as well. In this build I went with Oak as my bandit. Alright, was here. I died here before this attempt. Almost died. Half health. Almost died. And that's it. The reason why I died here the time before this one was because, well, I took 2 hits in the face. I took the one and tried to jump, but the boss hit me too fast and I couldn't get away. Now I'm trying to think where should I go next. So anyways, I took Oak as my bandit here. It's pretty good. But for the league start next league, in a day or two, I'm going to kill all the bandits to get 2 extra passive points. I'll be adding Iron Grip, which allows me my projectiles, the molten magma balls, which the Molten Strike makes, to get a little bit extra damage. I've been contemplating on taking it or not, and I once took it and then I realized I needed more points somewhere else, so I took it off. But this time I'm adding it. It's minor increase in damage. Magma orbs do half the damage of my regular strikes. There I showed you the damage per second, tooltip damage per second. It doesn't take the magma balls into account, but 300,000 is not that high, honestly. And I don't really know how to get it higher. So I'd say it's pretty meh damage. Well, we have to take into account the magma balls as well. So almost died. Excuse me. There's 3 balls that I get, so that's like 600,000 damage, which is pretty good. Actually, that would be just double. It's like more like 750. It's okay, but still not those insane numbers some people pull. But I like to be a little bit more tanky than a glass cannon. Hence why, well, I have my unreserved life would be 5,300. I'm, as I showed in the beginning, I have vitality in my reserve in my life. It's a little bit of trade-off. But 5k health is it's really good. Could be more. I could be even more tanky. I don't have that much armor really. I don't even show how much armor I have. But it's really not that much. Like 20k because I have determination. Otherwise, there's only very little. I get armor from the tree, and well, all my stuff besides Farrell's fur is mostly armor. I do have 48 energy shield, but well, because of my ignite, it's always gone. Anyways, I think that's about it about my build. For the most part. The most important bits. The name comes from Final Fantasy. Well, actually, it comes from The Elder Scrolls Online, Dragon Knight. But originally, the character was supposed to be a dragoon from Final Fantasies. And when I created the character, I actually didn't know much about dragoons, what they are, how they fight, etc., etc. So, well, I like semi-magical characters, hybrids. They fight with melee and magic, so I wanted my character, well, to be a melee fighter, but also to cast fire magic. I figured dragons are, well, red dragons at least, breathe fire and stuff, so there comes the reason why I went with Molten Strike. I've been mostly calling this build Dragoon, but dragons really aren't all of that magical or fire-based. They just jump a lot. And that's why I use Leap Slam instead of Flame Dash. It's a little bit more dragoonish. Oh, the lag. Honestly, I think Leap Slam is the best. Best travel skill for traveling. Flame Dash is a close second. Really like it as well. Yeah, I'm checking if I got the last missing one. Nope, wasn't that. And now I just thought I'd continue forward, but there's a boss fight ahead, so I thought, maybe not. Well, there's a triple as the right way, so let's go get that. Well, anyways, what can I tell about the build more? I did show the equipment at the beginning, but I didn't really tell anything about them. Just armor regeneration, if that's even possible, I'm not sure. Life, a lot of life. Armor, fire damage or physical damage. Oh right, speaking of, Molten Strike. I didn't show the masteries at all. I might need to include a little bit more in-depth overview of my tree. Well, anyways, Molten Strike converts 60% of my physical damage into fire damage. And with one mastery, I'm converting the last 40% into fire. That's why the Elementalist Ascendancy is so nice because it blocks reflected elemental damage. And the Awakened Elemental Damage support, or what was it, when it's level 5, you can't take reflective physical damage. Almost died there from the skill that you are using. My Leaf Slam does deal physical damage, or at least 60% of its damage is physical damage, but it's really not an issue. It deals pretty little, so little damage, and I don't really use it a whole lot for it to be really an issue. Yeah, some rogue exiles. Tough fight, really. Well, it used to be. I used to avoid these guys at all costs, because it usually just ends up in death. But this time I didn't die, so that's nice. Oh, I thought I was gonna quit. One more run. But yeah, this is how I level up. I delve. Though, when I started character in the standard a week ago, my experience was at 48%. I got it up to 58, and I died twice, back to 48. And today earlier I died with the boss, I said. So 44%, really nice. No, not 44. Is it? Yeah. No. It's 10%. So I was at 68%. Yeah. 58, 48, and 38%. Yeah, alright, yeah. I don't think I'm getting this character to level 100. Almost died. Well, I had a third of my life left. Shed on huge blow from the boss. Alright, I was going to get this triple at the right way. So yeah, it's not that great. It's pretty good. Let's say that, but it's not meta by any means. Next league I might pay for the white face experience grind. But anyways, let's go over my tree one more time. Alright, now I'm doing this live. So here's my plan for my next league starter. 3.23.0. So when I first start, I go with the Chieftain, because it's just more, well, actually, maybe I should just go with Berserker from the get-go. Originally I went with Chieftain, then I refunded the passives, went with Berserker and bought the Chieftain Forbidden Flame, Flame of Blood. And here, cannot take reflected elemental damage, is what I'm going first. The Awakened, no, not that one. Awakened elemental damage with attack support. When it reaches level 5, elemental damage from supported skills cannot be reflected. Then you can change to Inquisitor, which is pretty nice. Gives some elemental stuff. And alright, yeah, the next league content. Let's see now. No, they are not here. Do I need to go to someone else's video and look it up? Although it seems like this is why I didn't originally do live commentary. If there were something like this. Where did
Exile, Affliction.
Where did you find these? Alright. I think I'm going... No, not the tincture one. Yeah, Wildwood Primalist. Because the others don't really give all that much. This is more for something like Spectre build, or Minion build at least. This is War Cries and Flasks, so Raid more like. Or a Marauder for the War Cries, but I don't like to use anything but my main skill. And that's why all my other stuff are linked with the castman damage taken. So, Wildwood Primalist it is. I get, well, it feels a lot like the Cyan, really, for all the options. I really don't know what I can get. Well, actually I can get pretty much anything from other Ascendantes. I hope that everything is available, so this is definitely the way to go. What do I want from the others? I don't know. But anyways, let's go back to the tree. Here, this is what I didn't show in the video, strength damage bonus applies to projectile attack damage as well as melee damage. This is a little bit of a change I'm doing next league. Let's go over the masteries. Regenerate 50 life per second. Plus 50 life. And I take less extra damage from critical strikes because the bats in the delve are really savage with their criticals, so that's why. Here I'm taking non-wall strike skills, target one additional nearby enemy, as well as the Tribal Fury gives me the splash. I think the attack mastery was available somewhere nearby as well, but I really wanted the splash support as well, so yeah. More ancestral recall attackers on my side. A little bit of mana node here for, well, I get more mana. And actually, do I really even need more mana? This is pretty much the only place to get the efficiency. So yeah. But I don't really need more mana. And here is the other half. Nearby enemies are intimidated while you have rage. And I get rage because I get the Berserker Ascendancy. Well, this doesn't really show my armor yet. Actually, I can show it here. Not even 20,000. Well, with a flask, I get over 10,000, but yeah, it's really not much. Besides this, I don't think this is pretty accurate either. I do not have 5,500 life. Well, yeah, of course not, because I'm not level 100 yet. This build goes up to 100. 500 reserved. Is this right? Yeah, I think, yeah. Well, anyways. Alright. Chaos resistance is not -60, it's 0, because... Why doesn't it... It should be... I remembered it being in the helmet. Oh, and I just, after the video, changed these. Enemies you have hit recently have 67% reduced life regeneration rate. I switched up to my fire damage penetrates 4% of enemies' fire resistance. And oh, my belt is also missing some quality. Yeah, this one I got to +14 quality. Well, anyways, thanks for watching, and if you thought this build was cool, give it a try.